This is Yufo Love coming to you live across the airwaves of the World Wide Web. Welcome back to Yufo Love on Speaker. Thank you all for your love and support yesterday on the launch of the live broadcasting network, coast to coast and around the globe. If the globe is in fact round, there are some doubters out there who believe the world is flat. Go figure. It wasn't too long ago that it was commonly held belief that the world was indeed flat. Yeah, I know. And just recently I came across a few bloggers who are forwarding that idea again, that the Earth as a sphere is a hoax, and it's photographs from outer space, and so on. All the lunar missions and so on were all staged. If you go to my page on Facebook, you'll see that indeed at least some of those missions were hoax. Neil Armstrong, in the first lunar landing, he had somebody following him around on his tours. I think these tours lasted for years. He was doing he was doing presentations to talk about the lunar landing and so on, and there was this one detractor would follow him on all his public appearances, kind of yell from the crowd, "Neil, tell the truth, man. Tell the truth, okay?" You didn't really go to the moon, did you? So all of this brings into question, who am I? Who are you? Like the great song from The Who. I don't know about you, but I grew up in my teens listening to The Who quite a lot. Roger Daltrey, what a gorgeous hunk of a man with those golden curls. And Pete Townsend with that windmill style electric guitar playing. Who are you? Who are you? Who? So that's the question tonight, and forevermore. Who are we? What are we doing here on planet Earth? Is the Earth round? My answer to that is Po. To almost any question that comes from this so-called world of duality, the best answer is Po. What is Po? It's a beautiful word. Po means both yes and no, which is based on the assumption that there is no absolute yes, nor is there an absolute no in the world, so-called world of duality. Po, then, is the opposite of maybe. I don't know about you, but I used to use the word maybe a lot when I was younger and naive, foolish. I'm still foolish, naive, but I also have some wisdom to go with that now. And maybe is not a word that I use very often, only in specific applications. Maybe when I want to make fun of the poop story. Po is a much better response. It is an affirmative. Maybe is a negative. It's neither yes nor no. Maybe. I mean, don't you hate that? I think women especially are sick and tired of that word, because men tend to hem and haw because they really want to stay at home and watch the hockey game. So maybe, darling, can we go out and go shopping together. Maybe. I don't know. Let me check the schedule here for the sporting events. But, Poe is a better answer. Which leads me to another concept that we might discuss tonight in relation to extraterrestrial visitations, the mission on planet Earth, which is bilocation. What do I mean by bilocation? Yes, I know. I thought the same thing when I first heard of this. Who are you trying to kid, This audience is very lively tonight. Okay, give yourselves a round of applause, will you? I love you guys. I love you with all my heart. So as promised, I propose to talk about the manual. It came to me in 1999, the end of the millennium. An epic time that was, right? With Y2K fears and so on. And this book, E.T. 101, literally flew off of a shelf. I know it sounds kind of eerie, but it was like an extraterrestrial book. Don't worry, I know I'm a little bit trigger happy with the sound effects tonight. Hopefully that'll go down a little bit. I have some more incoming horizon. Before we get into this manual, and I posted it on my Facebook page, PDF file. It's a free PDF. You can download it right now. It takes seconds. Or just Google it, ET 101. I'll play some music while you get set up, and we can look at it together if you like. Everything for me is ceremony. And please forgive me if I'm a little bit scattered today. I'm a little bit in a scattered mode. I don't know about you guys, but we're into winter. We're getting into the deep depth of winter. It hasn't been too cold yet here on Turtle Island. However, it is winter. It's cold enough. It's damp, and we love it, don't we? It's a time for hibernation. It's important to get exercise. Anybody want to go for a walk with me or do some yoga, let me know, okay? Because I need all the inspiration I can get right now, okay? In the Kundalini Yoga tradition, which I've been part of for the last 25 years or so, we like to begin every ceremony with the Adi Mantra. It's a beautiful invocation. I'd like to share that with you right now. So if you want to chant with me, and feel free to send text messages to the station here. I think you can send messages directly to Yufo Love here. Maybe I'm not set up for that. So you could do it on... I'm still getting all these things together, okay? So you can send me messages by email or text or Facebook Messenger. I might not get to them right away because I'm concentrating on this manual. So to tune in, we like to use the Adi Mantra. It's a very simple mantra. Okay? So try to seat yourself in a comfortable position, shoulders relaxed. Maybe do a few shoulder shrugs. I'm going to do some. and receive a few deep breaths. pull your chin in a little bit towards the throat. So the head is tilted slightly down. This helps to open up the back of the neck, the cervical spine of the neck, which is really important. We call this neck lock. That final passage from the throat chakra up until to the brain center. And by relaxing the shoulders, of course, we open up the heart area, the chest. So you want to sit relatively straight and relaxed. At the same time, if you need some support, some cushions or chairs, with your feet on the floor, or sitting cross-legged, as you prefer, as you wish. Root yourself through the root chakra, Muladhara chakra, and breathe. You can roll your eyes up towards the brow point, the Ajna chakra, which is situated right in the center of the brain, the pituitary gland. Relax your eyelids. You don't need to see. That's the beauty of radio, isn't it? You don't have to look. Don't we spend enough time using our eyes now in this modern, technical, digital age? Looking at screens all the time, small screens, big screens, jumbotron screens, Cinemaplex screens. It makes me want to scream. So give your eyes a chance to relax. I feel that a lot of us are straining our eyes too much. I know it happened with me using the iPhone over a few years. I had to start using reading glasses sometimes. I try not to use them all the time, but reading those tiny little digital letters can be straining on the eyes. So relax your eyes. One thing I like to do is massage the third eye point. I know I'm sounding a little bit flaky here, but bear with me. Try to keep it humorous and light. The way I do it is, and again, if you really want to learn any of these techniques and you're not in the same area with me, we can do some kind of video conference thing, or just ask me. I'll make some videos, post them on YouTube. So bring your fingertips together. I usually use my right hand into like a ball, so all the fingertips are creating a one-pointed fingertip. And place all those fingers on your third eye point, just above the brow line, and do a circular massage. For me, I think looking from within, from my eyes out, my fingers are circling, is that a word? Rotating in a counterclockwise direction. Breathing deeply and roll your eyes up towards that point, and further if you can. Stretch those muscles, the eye muscles a little bit, and the optic nerve. Breathe, and you can chant while you're doing this. Doesn't it feel good? Just keep doing it for a while. It'll feel good when you stop, especially. And chant this pitch about like this. Breathing deeply, allow your breath to go deeper, to become more relaxed. Feel the bliss. Stop massaging and just Keep your focus at the third eye point, the navel point as well, the heart. We spoke about this yesterday, the 3 heart centers, the dantians. Just feel the energy, feel the life force, chi, prana. Enlightenment, it's a beautiful word. When all the chakras are open, chi is flowing, prana. We have enlightenment. To be enlightened is to see clearly, to come from darkness to light. And this brings us back into the Adi mantra. Guru is one of the words in that mantra. We hear this now, it's been commodified. Bad karma, okay? Bad karma. Yes. Yufo Love is on the scene, okay? Anybody who tries to capitalize and market these ancient, sacred Sanskrit words like guru, for me they're asking for trouble. Right? Guru is actually 2 words, gu and ru. Gu means dark, ru means light. Thus, we often associate a master with this word, guru, meaning one who helps us to bring us out of darkness, out of ignorance, into the light, awareness, enlightenment. Thus, a guru is often described as an enlightened master, one who sees. We're not talking about the physical eyes now, are we? I hope your eyelids are still relaxed, because you don't need the eyes to see. It makes me think of Oedipus often when I speak about this phenomenon, and how he wasn't able to see the depth of his tragedy, his path, until he plucked his own eyes out of their sockets, blinded himself, and then he became a sage. I'm not suggesting this. Don't try this at home, okay? Don't pluck your eyes out. Instead, just close the eyelids down. I used to say close your eyes when I was teaching Kundalini Yoga. And then I realized one day, wait a second. You can't close the eyes. You can close your eyelids. You can't close your eyes. So draw, and I like to see the eyelids as drapes, as curtains. Gently draw those curtains down, not all the way. My suggestion is to close the eyelids about 90%. There's a slight crevice at the bottom. So we're allowing a little bit of light in from outside. Most of our attention is now turned inward. And at the same time, we roll the eyeballs up towards the brow point, the 6th chakra. And this stimulates the pituitary gland to do its job, which is, I spoke about the heart being love central, love headquarters yesterday. The pituitary gland, the 6th chakra, is like another control center. See, all 3 of these centers are key. The pituitary gland, very clearly, if you know anything about the endocrine system, is the master gland for the entire endocrine system. It sends signals to all the other glands via hormones. Like ACTH, adrenal corticosteroid hormone. It stimulates the adrenals to secrete cortisone, natural cortisone, right? When we have pain. The body itself, isn't it just an amazing, incredible organism? Let's give your body a big hand. Woo! Yes. It's a mystery. Majesty, and science has tried to analyze, it's okay, and define all of these mysteries that constitute the the physical body-mind. You might have noticed I used that word body-mind yesterday, and I'll use it again and again. Eastern theory shows us that the mind and the body are really two sides of the same coin. They're not separate. The mind is not limited to the brain. It's another classic, confusing Western scientific myth, right? That the brain is the mind, or is the seat of the mind. And in fact, we know, even from Western anatomy, physiology, there are more brain cells in the GI tract than there are in the brain. How do you like them apples? And this is why it's so important for us to practice healthy dietary procedures, as in probiotics. Natural probiotics are the best. They're not expensive. We'll talk about this. This is just the beginning, okay? I'm probably going to spend the next few shows and days just introducing some of the many important topics that I want to cover on this network. Enough said about that. Okay, so we're sitting comfortably still. You can put your hands in Gyan Mudra. Gyan means wisdom. The index finger is associated with wisdom. It's the Jupiter finger. So we touch the Jupiter finger, the index finger, to the thumb. This is called Gyan Mudra. There's different ways to do it, but the way I do it is that the fingernail of the index finger is gently poking into the pad of my thumbs on each side, and you can rest your hands on your lap, on your thighs, and breathing deeply. We're going to use a different mudra when we get to the actual tuning in. It might take a while. It's funny. I've been teaching so long. I love it because I came to the realization that I don't have to go anywhere with the class. I could spend the whole class just teaching the Adi Mantra, the opening invocation, and that's enough. And I'll come back to it again and again, and I never bore myself in doing this because this is the essence, the Zen mind, the beginner mind. Right? Let's start at the beginning, and let's come back to the beginning again and again. The mantra is Ong Namo Gurudev Namo. It's all chanted monotone except for the Dev. You go up a minor third. Ong, powerful word. What does it mean? I'll define the words briefly. First word, O-N-G, Ong. Ong is the yang aspect of Om. A lot of people know Om. Om is another word that's been bastardized by crafty, clever marketeers who will pay heavily for that. I'll tell you. Okay. They're going to pay me. Okay. And a few others. Om, which is often spelled O-M, but it could also be spelled A-U-M to emphasize the Om, is the seed sound of the universe. It's the potential, the potentiality of the whole cosmos. Okay? It is the yin aspect of Ong. Ong, then, is the manifest Om. Is that seed sound realized in full glory. I'm sitting near a refrigerator in my virtual studio here. I don't know if you guys can hear it. But, anyway, we'll stay here for now. Ong is chanted like this. Ong. Can you hear that? So my tongue is naturally going up to the palate, the roof of the mouth. Ong, and it's lovely because I feel this vibration. If you do this correctly, you feel this vibration in your sinuses and throughout your face and the whole skull, vibrating like hitting a gong, as opposed to Om. You see, the Om has that Om. The emphasis is more on the O, that the unmanifest. Om. Ong is the Big Bang. Ong. Vibrating. Right? It's the sound of the cosmos vibrating. Namo. This word we'll use a lot too. We chanted it yesterday with Adgore Name. Name is another variation on Namo. Same meaning, basically. Namo, I call upon, I bow to, I invoke. So we're invoking the entire cosmos to unify, to jive, to grok with the entire cosmos. Om Namo. And then, to stretch it out, we'll take a little sip of air through the mouth in the middle. Otherwise, you breathe through the nose. All right? And after the first Ong Namo, take a little sip, like you're sipping through a straw, like, and then Guru Dev Namo. It's important to enunciate the consonants too, to get the full effect of these sacred words. Okay? Guru, I already defined. Dark to light. Dev is translated as transparent, unseen. So together, Guru Dev refers to that God presence within. One could say the higher self, the silent witness, the eternal soul, self. See, it's a beautiful mantra. It's so simple, it's so profound. Amazing. 5 words, and then 2 of them are the same. It's really 4 words. Ong Namo Gurudev Namo. Ong is the outer, right? So I'll call it the macro. I studied economics in school. Don't remember much of any of that. Ong, the outer, the Big Bang. Gurudev, the inner, the God within, that God presence within. The subtle, from the gross, the all-encompassing to the subtle, the tiny heart, which we'll speak about more perhaps tonight in future broadcasts. And again, Namo, so I bow to, I call upon that presence, I invoke and honor and cherish and give thanks, gratitude, reverence, that divine presence that is within us, without which there is no us. The ego cannot exist without Gurudev, without Ong. There's no ego. And even with Ong and Gurudev, there's no ego. In other words, the ego is just a lie, it's an illusion. It serves some purposes, anyway. I won't say it's a poem. It's another poem. Right? So you ready to chant with me? We usually do it 3 times. So first, you rub your hands together. So we're going to now move the hands into another mudra. First, rub your palms together. A little friction. Breathing deeply. And pressing the palms together gently and firmly, bring your hands to the heart in prayer position. The way I've been taught and just naturally feel to do it is to separate the thumbs from the other fingers, so that the 4 fingers are pointing in about a 45-degree angle away from the chest. And the thumbs are gently and firmly resting against the sternum. The base of the thumbs, the thenar eminence, hopefully are connecting with that magic spot, the very center of the heart chakra. Okay? So perhaps if you haven't done this before, just listen to me the first time and then join me on the second time around. Do it 3 times. Okay? Take a deep inhale. Exhale to the nose if you can. And roll your eyes up. And let your eyelids drop down about 90%. Inhale to begin. Inhale deeply. Hold the breath. Apply Mulaband, root lock. Slowly, gently release the exhale with the root lock. It's relaxing. Relax your hands down again. Gyan Mudra, if you like. Keep your eyelids down if you can. And you can, unless you're driving. I should have made that one concession before we started this. Do not do this if you're driving, okay? Could be dangerous. Then again, not, especially if we chant the Mangala Charan mantra, which we usually do right after the Adi mantra. It's the mantra that I chanted yesterday again and again, or played different versions of, including my own, for protection. I'll show you how we do it again in class, most common way, with the hands again in prayer position. We inhale. It's Ad Gure Name, Jugad Gure Name, Sat Gure Name, Siri Gurudeve Name. So again, Gurudev is there, right? Silent witness, the God presence. Okay, so take a deep inhale. Ad Gure Name, Jugad Gure Name, Sat Gure Name, Siri Gurudeve Name. Ad Gure Name, Jugad Gure Name, Sat Gure Name, Siri Gurudeve Name. Ad Gure Name, Jugad Gure Name, Sat Gure Name, Siri Gurudeve Name. Again, take a deep inhale, hold the breath, apply Mulaband, root lock. Basically contracting the anus, sex organs, navel point, and locking the roots to circulate the prana, chi upward, through the microcosmic orbit. Then we exhale slowly, relax your hands again. And just feel that delightful presence, the gentleness of it. To be in God, God in you, you in God, there's no difference. God and me and God, God and me are one. God and me and God, God and me are one. God and me and God, God and me are one. God and me and God, God and me are one. God and me are one. God and me are one. Sing with me. God and me and God, God and me are one. God and me and God, God and me are one. God and me and God, God and me are one. God and me and God, God and me are one. God and me, God and me, God and me are one. That's what I wanted to do. Thank you very much. Beautiful. You guys are beautiful. Thank you very much. Thank you. Really? Okay. All right. Now I feel a little embarrassed. So hopefully, all of you who are listening, and I hope some of you are listening. Okay, listen. I'll check my messages to see if anyone is listening. Okay, let's see. Ione Love is listening. Thank you. I'll give you a thumbs up for that. And is Bonnie there? Uh-oh. Is there anyone out there who loves emoticons as much as I do? I love emoticons, emojis, emoticons. They're the new hieroglyphics, aren't they? Woo! It's here for emoticons. All right. Okay. So, ET 101. Open your notebooks. Let me get out my chalk, okay? I'll make that lovely chalk sound. I have to get a sound effect for that. You know. Remember, we all remember that was like when the teacher hit the blackboard with that wrong angle with the chalk. That ear-piercing sound of chalk on chalkboard. Love it. We don't have to use a chalkboard now. I have an iPad. Yes, I'm a Mac aficionado. In fact, anyone out there listening who works for Mac, Apple, call me, send me a text. Let's make a deal, okay? I'll make you guys rich. as if they need it. Doesn't anyone out there like me wish you'd bought some Apple stock back in the day when they were making those funny looking computers? It was crazy. Remember? 15 years ago? Yeah. We'd all be billionaires by now. Anyway, the best things in life are free, and if you believe that, I've got some Florida swampland for sale. No, in all seriousness. Well, let me just say this up front. I'm going to remind everyone listening, because I want you to come back, of some key principles, so that you will come back and you will get the most out of this, okay? Yeah. All right. Okay. You're too kind. Okay. Toltec agreements. Don Miguel Ruiz brought these beautiful teachings from the Toltec people of Mexico to the world in a book called The Four Agreements. In my quest for simplicity and my aversion to hard work, I like to simplify things. So I've distilled the Four Agreements, and there's a fifth one I know. I don't really care about that one, because I don't even care about the third and fourth, really. I've distilled them all into two. The first agreement, and I've embellished them too. So if Don Miguel Ruiz is listening, well, thank you very much. Okay? I love you, and give me some royalties, okay, for pushing your book, all right? Number one agreement, as embellished by Yufo Love, goes like this. Be impeccable with every word, thought, and action. All right? And I'll probably dedicate a class or two. I'm calling them classes. Oh, jeez. It's a podcast, okay? I'll dedicate a broadcast to the Four Agreements and how I brought them down to two. Embellish them, because they really are key for me. If one can master one or both of these two agreements, in my view, you've mastered it. You've extricated yourself from the poop story. Woo! Let's hear it. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing, right? That's why we're looking at ET 101. How to transcend this poop story once and for all, right? Number one, be impeccable with every word, thought, and action. I thought it was important to include our thoughts and actions. So there's a perfect coherence in our word, our thought, and our action. We all know that saying, and more than that, we know the feeling when somebody is saying one thing and acting in a contrary way. It doesn't feel good, does it? No, it doesn't. Unless we're acting, right? It's the beauty of theater. We'll be exploring theater to a large degree on podcasts and psychodrama. The second agreement, as embellished by yours truly, goes like this. Do not take anything personally, literally, nor seriously. And I stress the word seriously. Okay. In case you haven't figured out by now, having listened to a little bit of these podcasts, for me a sense of humor is key. It's fundamental. And in my view, I have a serious view, right? And I'm not spelling it with an E, okay? Sirius, from serious. My view may be a little bit different. I can see the forest for the trees, all right? And, people are too serious on this godforsaken planet. It's time to lighten up. Enlightenment, perhaps then, in this context, means get a sense of humor, right? try to see the humor in everything. It's all a game. And when we start to see the humor, then a lot of that burden, the stress that we've been carrying around just vanishes, right? Don't take anything personally, literally, nor seriously. You're home free. There's no better example of this for me, really, than this manual that I'm looking at, called ET 101. The Cosmic Instruction Manual for Planetary Evolution, an emergency remedial Earth edition, co-created by Mission Control and Zoev. Oh, that's interesting. Zoev Joe. I don't remember seeing that name before. Interesting. And there's a dedication right at the top of the book, first page. Right? This third-dimensional publication of the Cosmic Instruction Manual for Planetary Evolution is dedicated to all our relations, the Intergalactic Council. So let's go through a little bit. The mission itself, what is it? I think it's worth sharing right now. You know what? I'm going to play some nice music. Play some of my own music. Let's see. I'll try to turn it down a little. It's not too loud. There we go. Because Adgure Name, this mantra that you're hearing right now, is part of the mission control mission for me. Siddhi Gurudev, the higher self, is Yufo, is the extraterrestrial coming to planet Earth to bring their wealth, their beauty, their grace to this beautiful planet known as Earth. There's nothing wrong with Mother Earth. We know this much, right? It's the humanoids that have caused a lot of trouble, mainly for themselves, because the Earth will survive. She's been through enough before. Anyway, here's the mission, as described in the Intergalactic Council Manual. The mission to planet Earth was initiated by request of the planet herself. So Gaia invited us to come here. We came on her invitation. Right? Earth has asked, and the Stellar Council have granted an evolutionary leap. Over the last millennium, Earth has been preparing for our advent. It is now time to enter the Earth plane, to reclaim this planet in the name of the forces of light, and to open her doors to the cosmic community in which she resides. We congratulate and salute those of you throughout the universe who have volunteered for this assignment. Yes, when I get back to Sirius, some heads are going to roll, okay? Because I think I had some too much Syrian alcohol that night when they asked me to volunteer for this assignment. Anyhow, go with our blessing. Go with our blessing. And remember, read the manual before you get there. This was another mistake I made. Many of us, probably maybe you too. Although you are veterans of countless successful missions to numerous dysfunctional life support systems, watch out for this one. This is an extra warning. Watch out. Look out. This edition of the manual is specifically designed for this planetary system, a system which defies all true rationality and has raised dysfunctionality to an art form. That's why I call it the poop story. It is also one of the few systems where telling the truth is covertly considered a creative act. Because of the inherent hazards of this planet, Mission Control will not be responsible for any members of this mission who do not thoroughly acquaint themselves with the material contained in this special edition. Mission Control. So there you go. Okay, I'll just say a few words from the manual to tell you who the Mission Control is. Yeah, I've already spoken a little bit about my background. Finding the 3HO is crazy, and it's not too hard to find them, right? When you come from outer space, you can spot them even from the from up in the sky. I was going to say, what is it? Those layers. Oh yeah. I gotta pause this for a second before I forget. You guys have to check out this young woman and her father doing some beatbox on my Facebook page, Nigel Long Wolf page. Holy Toledo. Awesome. She's from another planet too. The word now came to me, stratosphere. You can see these white Sikhs from the stratosphere, these white people wearing turbans, all white from head to toe. Right? Anyway, the beatbox. And I've got some friends in the 3HO. That's the Healthy, Happy, Holy organization that Yogi Bhajan started. He's from another planet too, for sure. This woman, she's got something going on. I don't know her name. I'd like to meet her. I'd like to interview her. But she inspired me, and I promised too, if anybody was reading my post today, I promised that I would try to emulate her. So bear with me, okay? I'm not going to come anywhere close to her genius. I'll give it a go anyway. Yufo, come to Earth, see what's worth, and what's the wear. Yufo in his underwear. Yes, I'm a dolphin too. Sing with Yufo. Join me. Yufo. 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 Woo! Thank you. Reminds me of another great story. Stranger in a Strange Land, Robert Heinlein. Robert Heinlein also came from another galaxy, in case you're wondering. Okay. Michael Smith, that's one of my friends. When I see him again too, he's got a few things coming. Anyhow, a word for mission control here. Mission control is the tactical arm of the extraterrestrial mission to planet Earth. We implement the decisions of the stellar councils and act as an intermediary between the members of the mission who have opted for infantry duty on the planet's surface and those who are serving the mission in any of its many off-planet divisions. It is our responsibility, yes, you think Roswell and all the sightings, of course. It is our responsibility, and the cloud ships. Cloud ships are very cool. We'll talk more about cloud ships too. It is our responsibility to maintain all communication systems among the vast forces that have now gathered in this planetary arena. Our purpose is to assist the planet and its inhabitants into a new consciousness and reality. Woo! Give it up! Give it up! Yoo-hoo! Okay. No, I haven't been smoking any drugs, in case you're wondering. Maybe that's the problem. Our prime directive, it's mantras, actually. It's these These mantras are deadly, have you noticed? Our prime directive is to coordinate the movements that Spirit orchestrates. We are here to assure, I can see some people are sending messages, I'm not ignoring you, and I am. We are here to assure that the decree of the high spiritual court is implemented. Ooh, that sounds kind of... Ooh. The high spiritual court is implemented, and that the veils of the third dimension are parted so that light can enter. Hallelujah. Sing with me. Call and response, okay? Hallelujah. 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 Together. Hallelujah. So the light can enter. Love and light. Love and light. Love and light. I'll give you some. Anyhow, we have overseen the writing of this version of the Cosmic Instruction Manual at the request of the Intergalactic Council. We have done so because it is our mandate to assist all mission members in the successful completion of their many and varied assignments. Our instructions are to be a guiding force for this mission. Our status is servant to Spirit. This is Mission Control speaking. We now end this transmission. Okay. I made a piece, recording. See, I've got a lot of practice. I did a lot of preparation to do this radio broadcasting. Those of you who've known me for a while know that I've been recording stuff on my voice memo over the last few years, and sharing those mini broadcasts with whoever wants to hear them, and not asking for donations usually, but they're always welcome. You want to donate to the cause. There's all kinds of good things that we're doing here, like keeping food in the fridge, and a roof over our head. Where I come from, we don't pay for food. We don't. There's no exchange of money for food. Think about it. Is this not one of the most insane, ridiculous things you've ever heard of? Like when I first arrived, I was like, what? I have to pay for... Oh, right. That's when I started looking for farms and orchards, where at nighttime. Harvest time, right? Dumpster diving. A lot of us learned how to become dumpster divers. And you know what some of the stores did because of that? Some of the stores now are compacting all of their old produce and food, so the dumpster divers have to starve. Yeah, it's quite a scene. To have to pay money, and not just a little bit now, a lot of money. I went to a store just a few months ago in Quebec, and this was not even organic produce, okay, that I'm talking about. Right. Imported head of lettuce, romaine lettuce, maybe from California or something, sprayed. They wanted $3.49. Are you kidding me? I'm not giving you $3.50 for a head of lettuce, all right? That's where I draw the line. I draw the line at $3.25. And then I went to the dumpster and found a whole stack of lettuce that people didn't want to pay $3.50 for. So, back to the manual. Let's just say a few more things, okay? So I want to get you guys started right away. This is very important, all right? This manual is not a rule book, nor does it tell you how many angels are on the head of a pin, and which dimension that pin is in. God. Enough of that hokey-pokey, airy-fairy stuff. It also offers no street maps of the dimensions to satisfy your linear thinking minds. This manual is a tool to awaken you to what you already know. Hallelujah. I wish I had a sound effect. Hallelujah. That's better if I do it myself, isn't it? Okay, enough of that. Okay. It is an aid in accessing the real inside information, not an outside authority with the latest ism in which you should believe. Because we do not wish this manual to be misused. We have deliberately left out some information. If you find yourself wanting more answers than this manual offers, don't just stand there like a jerk. Go inside and ask for those answers. I'll stop there for a moment because this is what drew me to Kundalini Yoga. Is that Sikh connection again. It was easy to find them. I could see them from the stratosphere, all these dudes and dudesses, right? And white, beautiful garb, and just so striking and unlike anyone else in their vicinity. The Sikhs, the history of the Sikh people is fascinating. It's one of the youngest religions, organized religions on the planet, and thus one of the most pure, I believe. And they were persecuted endlessly and had to become warriors right from the start because, why? Guru Nanak, the first prophet, basically came onto the scene and told everyone in northern India, wherever he journeyed after his enlightenment, that you don't need a middleman. I'm here to tell you that God is inside of you. Funk the priests and the politicians. You're it. Okay? Tag, you're it. Right? It's kind of like that. That's what kirtan is. So Guru Nanak was one of the first kirtan facilitators. Right? He taught through chanting and music like I do. And it's like tag, right? The kirtan leader sings the mantra, and then the others repeat it. Tag, you're it. And you tag, back and forth. And we get it, right? Especially when we add beautiful music in our voices, in our heart. Bhakti, this is Bhakti Yoga. The yoga of the heart. Devotion. How long is this? How long are we up? Okay, we're up to 60-something. Okay, I'll check the messages in a second, so just chill, people, okay? Okay, yeah, I know, you want to hear some music. Is that what somebody asked for? Hopefully. Yeah, I want to hear Hari Rams. Okay. So, like the manager says, don't just stand there like a jerk. Go inside and ask for the answers. Whatever is appropriate for you to know will be given. Remember this. Whatever is appropriate for you to know will be given in that moment. Trust it, whatever it is. Mission Control would like you to be aware that we not only stand behind our product, but we also stand beside you as you read it. We'd also like to make it clear that although you may consider this manual a New Age publication, we do not. Yay! Let's give it a hand for that. I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty much sick and tired up to here, and my hand is over my head, okay? With all this New Age gobbledygook. Right? And we'll be getting into that some more, don't worry, on future shows. Yeah, those ones, yeah. That is because what you are calling New Age, quote-unquote New Age, is just the final manifestation of the Old Age. Since the New Age is still about religious belief systems as asserted by outside authorities, we find it neither new nor much better than anything else you believe in. We prefer to think of ourselves as sacred cowpokes on a sacred cow herd. Okay? and our manual as a sacred cow-punching device. We believe that would make this publication more post-New Age than anything. All right, let's hear it. Woo! Mission Control is on the scene. Yeah. And how you end up classifying this manual is less important than how you end up using it. Right? Jeez. Use it. Make it real. Do it. Don't talk about it so much as being it, embodying the teaching, all right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying. It is our suggestion that you use it as a tool. Use it as a tool to awaken yourself, not as a new doctrine to continue to snooze by. This is Mission Control saying, "Yeehaw!" Yeah. So I think that's a good start. Well, I'm going to just... I mentioned this actually yesterday, I guess, didn't I? Yeah. Because I mentioned how this manual helped me to see clearly the difference between extraterrestrials, which I am, and hopefully all of you are. Are there any aliens out there listening to this show right now? Don't worry. Yeah, we're not here to, again, like I said yesterday, we're not here to put aliens down. We might crack a few jokes. Within every alien, within that cold, hard exoskeleton shell, there is a beating heart. The heartbeat may be very slow. That's actually good. Probably, maybe almost indiscernible. It's there, right? Let me define. Let's see. Let's start with an extraterrestrial, as defined by Mission Control Manual. The catchphrase is, "Look, Jane, see, spot, run." An extraterrestrial is not an alien. An alien is an alien. An extraterrestrial is a responsible citizen of the cosmos, not a foreigner adrift among the stars. Extraterrestrials are representatives of light, protectors of life, and lovers of the planets. They are indigenous to any planet they happen to be on by virtue of their citizenship, regardless of their planet of origin. Yay. Give us woo! To all the ETs here and throughout the cosmos, give it up. UFO! Woo! Many of you have come to believe that you couldn't possibly be an extraterrestrial because you feel so connected to the Earth and love her so much. Oh, everyone, I wish I had that sound. Oh. May we suggest that if you love this planet at all, you are an extraterrestrial. May we also suggest that your concern for this planet was so great that you cared enough to send the very best, in this case, yourself. Alignment, not lineage, defines the meaning of the term extraterrestrial. Although all life emanates from the same source, not all life is aligned with that source. There it is right there, what I'm trying to say about aliens, right? All life emanates from the same source. However, not all life is aligned with that source. That's the key difference. Aliens have lost their alignment, their connection with source. And that's what we're here to do. It is a thankless mission, let me tell you. Okay. Somebody's got to do it, right? An extraterrestrial is a being who is in sympathetic harmony with the essence of its genesis. Ooh, that's deep, eh? I'll have to repeat that one. An extraterrestrial is a being who is in sympathetic harmony with the essence of its genesis. I like that. Now, how does Mission Control define alien? It's worth sharing, all right? An alien The people of this planet have expressed a certain neurotic fear about an alien invasion. That fear has been triggered by a nagging sense that in a limitless universe, there just might be other intelligent life. In a typically xenophobic and self-serving response, governments are arming against what they already know to be true. Yes, Roswell, etc. This, of course, is not general knowledge, but in paternalistic systems of government, important information is never general knowledge. In the name of national security, the acts of government are often hidden from the governed. This statement is not to make you paranoid or stir you to political revolt. It is simply to demonstrate to you the behavior of an alien and the meaning of the term. You need not scour the skies for evidence of an alien invasion. Look around you instead. Look at those who are peddling fear, vending death, and poisoning the planet. Look at those who hide the truth, so that the power they have derived from lying will not be threatened. And look at those sadly separated beings that have the audacity to gaze out upon the created universe, wondering if there could possibly be anyone else out there, all the while arming just in case there is. This is the alien invasion you worry about, the one you externalize and fear. It is also the one that surrounds you, and the one you have been living out for thousands of years. There is no point in fearing an invasion of alien, since the invasion has already happened, and the aliens are already here. I hope that's not too startling news to any of you. If it is, so be it. So be it. Yufo's here, so nothing to worry about, okay? Yufo's on the case. Yufo! 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 You would be better advised, they go on to say, to fear that no true intelligence will ever show up on this planet. Like I just said, it's here, I'm here. And you would be even better advised not to fear anything at all. E.T. versus Alien. Now that you have learned the difference between an extraterrestrial and an alien, we would like you to forget the distinction immediately, okay? The danger in the definition is that as mental concepts they separate once again. This mission is not about separation. Got it? Good. Keep it, all right? It's not about separation. Nor is it a Hollywood Western being performed by a cast of good guys and bad guys. It is about the light and bringing more of it onto the planet. The invitation to enter into the light is extended to all humankind, aliens included. For aliens are only extraterrestrials, here it is in writing, who have chosen to stand in the darkness, live a lie, and wear a disguise. Reminds me of what I said last night. To be a master in disguise, then by this definition is to be an alien. A master of disguise is an extraterrestrial. And there's one final note. I'll end with the manual here. At the time of this printing, there are only two basic types of people on this planet: extraterrestrials and aliens. Extraterrestrial is a transitional term which will become unnecessary by the completion of this mission. Hallelujah! Yes, and a toast to that glorious moment. At that point, human will replace the term. That's why I prefer to use the word humanoid. Human is too divine a word still for many of us on this beautiful planet today. An awareness of your extraterrestrial nature will then be an integral part of all human experience, and aliens will no longer occupy the planet. Let's hear it. Woo! Yeah, Yufo! Woo! Hallelujah! In the same manner, other transitional terms, such as androgyny, will cease to have any meaning. And I will be talking about that word, androgyny, later, because you're listening to one. A balanced male and female will emerge within every being. As a result, the word androgyny will be thrown on the trash heap, relegated to the status of needless term that redundantly describes what is meant when we say human. Keep in mind that the definitions in this dictionary were written for a world in transition and are subject to revision. Yes. Hallelujah. 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 Let's sing it together, right? I'm going to go and check my messages, see if anyone's... Well, a couple anyway. So call and response. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Together. Hallelujah. Once more. Hallelujah. 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 Yufo! Okay, enough of beatbox for now. I'll have to make up a new one. I'm getting tired of that one. Anyway. Okay, let's see. Let's see what Bonnie's been writing in. So, oh my God. She's been sending some stuff. Lots of emoticons. Thank you for the emoticons, Bonnie. That's wonderful. And completely silly. That's great. I like silliness. Are there any Monty Python fans out there? Yes? Okay, good. Yeah, I grew up watching Monty Python. People criticize me or complain about my strange ways, my twisted sense of humor. All I say to them is, hey, I'm innocent, okay? They were showing Monty Python's Flying Circus on PBS every Sunday, and when it was the best show to watch. I was young, impressionable, adolescent, and I fell in love with them, and they mess with my head, those guys. I watched, when the movies came out, it was the perfect age. When the Holy Grail was one of the first, Jabberwocky and the Holy Grail, the first ones that came out. I could hardly wait to go to the cinema to see these movies, and Life of Brian and The Meaning of Life. I mean, I recommend all of these. Even if you've seen them 300 times like me, watch them again. It's timeless, beautiful stuff. Ione made a comment. Thank you, Ione, for your input. Oh, she says, the beatboxing Bill, are you taking our good family name on the air with that beatboxing routine again? Good, thank you. This is a reference to my man, one of my main men, Bill Hicks. We spoke about, let's hear it for Bill Hicks. Okay? Bill Hicks, come on, give it up. Give it up for Bill Hicks. Bill Hicks. Woo! Bill Hicks, come on. Bill Hicks. Yeah. So Ione is challenging me a bit now because, I wasn't planning to put explicit content on this podcast. When Bill Hicks' name comes up, it's always going in that direction.
Son of you using the good family name, doing that suck your own cock routine. You're using the name of your granddaddy, God rest his soul, lying in the grave, talking about eating pussy in front of an audience, strangers with a good Hicks name. Yeah, Dad.
So the beatbox, well, okay, now I get it. That's really beatbox. Connecting the beatbox with Bill Hicks has given a whole new meaning for me for beatbox. Maybe we'll save that for another show. How's that, okay? Okay. So maybe I'll give you a little sample. Bonnie says that the emoticon, she's been sending her a hieroglyphic record of much of the show. Yeah, emoticons for me are the new hieroglyphics. It's why we've come full circle, which is not necessarily a good thing, is it? Oh boy, beginner mind, I guess, right? So, okay, to honor Ione and Bill and the beatbox family. Here we go. I need a little sip before I do.
Peek into my universe. Peek into my universe. Peek into my universe. My universe.
I have to thank another friend, Joel, for putting those words together. Yoniverse. Let's hear it for Joel. Woo! Yoniverse. Peek into my yoni. P-E-A-K. Peek into my yoniverse. Peek into my... I have to work on that one. Okay, thanks. Is this considered explicit content? I don't know. Lingam... That's why one reason I like to use the word lingam and yoni to describe the male and female genitalia, respectively. And I love that the instruction manual focused there, right at the end of that introduction, on the word androgyny. Key for me, too. Where we come from, yeah, it's like that, okay? And just imagine the possibilities. Okay, it's fascinating, right? Because here on planet Earth, I think a lot of humanoids, that fascination gets twisted, right, by the culture and suppression and suppression. That beatbox girl, she's got under my skin. Thank you. I'm gonna have to call her and thank you. And she does that. Hermaphrodites. Have you ever met I'm kind of fascinated, I have to say. I mean, who wouldn't be, right? It's hermaphrodite. Wow. And look at the roots. Interesting, right? Any scholars in Greek mythology and language, write in right now, okay, or after the show. Hermes. It's Hermes and Aphrodite, right? Hermaphrodite. So we've got the two, the god and goddess, right, in one. Androgyny personified in all its glory. We can see scientifically, again, I love when we can bring all this hocus pocus magic and mystery into the scientific realm. It's always good to knock those guys down, right? I think maybe I'll play some music just as a cover, right, for this. Oh, thank you. What can we use here? Let's see. Oh, yeah, John, I remember this from last night. Ah, yes, nice peaceful music. Well, scientifically we know this, that in the earliest embryonic stages, we are androgynous, literally. The clitoris and the penis, to use the scientific term, come from the same chromosome, the same chromosomatic, embryonic creativity. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. Let's take a minute. Let's listen to Sinkar. Give it up for Sinkar. Living for life in peace. You say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one. Memory of John Lennon and Bill Hicks, who died way too young. Could always die. Bill Hicks was saying the same message to me. Why not just live in peace? Why not love one another? Why not celebrate? We're here. This is it. What else do we need? There's nothing to achieve. The achievement was getting here. Imagine no possession. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. Imagine all the people sharing all the room. Say I'm a dreamer, I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as Oh, Sinkar, is she amazing? Sinkar singing John Lennon's Imagine. how does it get any better than that? I see from Ione that my friend Tom is tuned in. Hello, Tom. Just in time to hear the Bill Hicks bit. Reminds me because Tom co-hosted a few retreats with me, and anybody out there who's listening who wants me to come and facilitate or co-facilitate some retreats, let's talk, okay? Laughter yoga, kundalini yoga, soul retrieval, psychodrama, more laughter, eating, drinking, and just having a great time. And I know Tom probably might want to forget this time when the opening circle, we were introducing ourselves in the circle, and the talking stick came around back to me. Something came over me, the spirit of Bill Hicks, I guess. Right, Tom? Ione remembers. My initial introduction, and we had some people there who I never met before. I'm happy to say that a lot of people did come back for repeat visits. There were always some new people, and there were a number of new people. It was a good-sized group. And when it came to my turn to introduce myself to this group, including many newcomers, I started riffing on Bill Hicks and defaming the family name, the Hicks name, as I already did today. Son, are you still doing that suck your own cock routine with a family name? And I went on a little bit, waxed poetic on that for a little bit, and I saw a few jaws drop in the circle. So the good news is that everybody stayed for the entire weekend, and we had a really beautiful retreat. I called them the New Dawn. No, sorry, the New Tantra Retreat. This is the quote I read from the ET 101. There's nothing new about Tantra, really. Like the so-called New Age. I decided to call it New Tantra for a number of reasons. And again, if any of you have a location, a group that wants to do a New Tantra retreat with yours truly, Yufo Love, you know where to find me, right? I got a message from Tom. He says, can you write and say, congratulations on the show. The second live show sounds even more lively than the first one. That's okay. That's a good thing. I hope you're not saying that the first show wasn't lively enough. And to hear it live, yeah. Stay alive by being present. Thank you, Tom. I love you too. He says, I'm glad I can say I knew Yufo when he was just Nigel. Oh, that's good. Tom's a sweetheart. I'm hoping to get maybe I get Ione to tell her story about Yufo, because she was a witness to that magical day. Les Chutes d'Amnor, these beautiful waterfalls, when it all came clear. Because I had UFO. I'm going to look for this piece. If anybody wants to hear it, I've got a piece that I was talking about earlier, and somehow it distracted myself. That happens, okay? Cut me some slack, right? I recorded a piece the 9th of September 2013 called I Am a UFO. And somehow I wasn't aware that I'd recorded it until a few days later when I came to my iPhone and discovered this piece. And I started listening, and I started laughing my guts out. It was so funny. It was me basically defining UFO, unidentified flying object, and speaking from the first person, as if I am one. And I hadn't really given it much thought in this way, in this direct, intense way. And even after that, it wasn't until the next second, it was like a gestation period ensued for the next 9-10 months until Yufo was conceived in July of 2014. And it was the why, because I had the UFO kind of theme coming back. But it wasn't complete until the Y was added to the beginning, and I wrote it down on the rock beside the waterfalls. This rock was sitting right beside me too. We were sitting on the rocks, and I looked over, and right beside me was a perfect size rock, kind of dark colored, kind of like charcoal, that I could write with. And I wrote in big letters, YUFO. And it was like, and the date was perfect, the numbers, the numerology, everything was in perfect alignment. And decided that day, Sayoni is my witness to co-create a birth ceremony for Yufo on the 31st of July, which was magnificent. Maybe we'll talk about that night. It had all kinds of shenanigans. Those of you who were there, you might recall. I introduced myself, and I kept it secret until the right moment to introduce it, because a lot of people didn't know. Gayoni was the only one. My new name. And I introduced it with the mantra that I shared last night, which goes, Yufo, 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 and I stress the because when UFO's in the house, when UFO in the house, look out! It gets to the German accent. I was in Berlin recently. Berlin, they speak like this. UFO in the house. UFO's in the house. Okay. UFO in the house. UFO in the house. Yeah, UFO, 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 UFO in the house, UFO in the house, UFO in the house. Thank you very much. Anyway, come on, give it up. That's better. Okay, so how are we doing for time? Carries, right? We're almost at the magic number again, 100 minutes. Okay. It's pretty good, eh? I'm going over an hour and a half without a break. Give me a break, okay? Reminds me of Bill Hicks again. If I can make a living from this. Oh, God. So send in your donations, all right? Because one of my favorite lines from Bill Hicks is, the thing I love about my work, talking about being a stand-up comic, which is basically what I'm doing here, right? At least I've got the laughter to prove it, right? So the thing I like best about my job is the hour. In this case, I'm doing an hour and a half, okay? So I'm really putting out an hour and a half out of my, 24 hours. That's pretty... Come on, give it up. I'm going overtime. for you guys, okay? Yeah. Woo! Thank you. It's because I love you guys. I love you from the bottom of my heart. Can we edit that? Oh shit, we're live. We can't. Oh shit. The other thing I loved, Bill Hicks said along the same lines was, "I'm good. If I get 8 hours of sleep every night, I'm good, and about 10 hours during the day." Anyhow, are there more messages here? Yeah, that party is a whole other story, indeed. Okay, we'll talk. Maybe we'll invite everybody who was at that infamous party, the ones who are still talking to me. We'll invite them to reminisce. Okay, maybe on the 31st of July. Yufo, yes, Yufo will be turning 2 this summer, July 31st. Right? No, you don't have to talk. Really, come on, it's okay. We'll save the applause. Okay. end with a song, I think. Yes, and I might come back and do a little lullaby session, okay? I'll come back to Me and God Are One. What do you think? Are you into that? All together. God and me and God, God and me are one. God and me and God, God and me are one. God and me and God, God and me are one. God and me and God, God and me are one. God and me and God, God and me are one. God and me and God, God and me are one. God and me and God, God and me are one. God and me and God, God and me are one. God and me and God, God and me are one. God and me and God, God and me are one. God and me and God, me and God are one. Ekonka Satana Vaheguru, 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 Ekonka Satana Vaheguru. You guys are too kind. Thank you. Did we cover all the bases? Well, Rosie, I hope you get a chance to hear this. She's in another time zone. We're not listening live right now, but just make a nice comment from yesterday's show. So I welcome your feedback. Now or later, if you listen to the archives, all this stuff is archived. It's going onto YouTube. SoundCloud is limited, so we need funding for that too. But it's all archived right here on Spreaker. Rosie made a comment about the alchemy theme that I brought up yesterday about word. When the word is gold, we transform lead into gold. Or sometimes I say words are just dirt. If we're speaking from within the poop story, out of separation, fear. Separation is fear, isn't it? Fear is separation. She made the comment, well, that's okay, that mud has its place too in the world. And I say to her, yes. To all of you, yes. That's what I'm saying too. The lotus flower, the symbol of enlightenment, it's one of the most beautiful symbols of enlightenment, grows out of mud in a swamp. I know, because I had a swamp at the New Dawn retreat. Beautiful pond. And the lotus flowers were multiplying every summer. And I have witnesses to attest to this. They're actually, in this part of the world, called lilies. Yellow, but I call them lotus. because they are. King Neptune's lagoon, as it came to be known. Yes, we will be talking about King Neptune for sure in future shows. The lotus flower has to come up from this mud at the bottom of a pond or a swamp, through the water, to emerge into the sunlight, to the air. Wow, what a journey. And every part of that journey is sacred. The mud, the water, that struggle to reach the sky, the sun, so that the lotus can open its flowers, its petals, and release its fragrance for all and sundry to behold. For the frogs who love to hang out on the lily pads. Yes, Rosie, you're right. All of this is sacred. And that's the alchemy. It's to see that the mud is sacred. The word mud is sacred. It's a beautiful word when we use it. It's how we use it. That's why, I mentioned George Carlin, now Bill Hicks too. There aren't any bad words in the human language, in any language. I will argue this to the death. Right? There are no bad words. There are bad people, maybe. People who have lost that alignment, so-called aliens, who use words in a destructive way. And it always comes back to the self, right? So it's self-destructive. Let's be clear about this. Self-love, which is extraterrestrial, right? Love of self has to be included. To love the earth is to love the self. Words take on a whole new flavor, fragrance. The same words. Thus, it is not the what, as I like to say. It's not the what, it's how. It's how we say it. It's not what we say, it's how. How we say it. You sing it from your heart. If not, perhaps it's better to be silent. And that's not easy, is it? Because such a person will not be at ease in their silence, because there is no silence in such a person. Such a person is in misery. There is confusion, there's noise on the inside. Such a person may look for radio shows, video games, internet, Facebook Messenger, anything to distract from the noise inside. So to end our ceremony, I'm glad we started with the Adi Mantra. Every podcast for me is a ceremony. Everything I do is ceremony. So please join me. You're more than welcome. In the Kundalini Yoga tradition, we end our ceremony usually with the Long Time Sun song, followed by Long Sat Nam. Sing with me, please. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you jour le soleil t'éclaire, l'amour t'entourait, et en toi la pure lumière guide ta voie. Puisse toujours le soleil t'éclairer, l'amour t'entourer, et en toi la pure lumière guide ta voie, guide ta voie. May the long time sunshine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on, guide your way on, guide your way on. Bring your hands together, if they're all already together. Prayer position for long Satnam. Inhale deeply. Satnam. Once more. Inhale. Inhale deeply and hold the breath. Feel the light of new beginnings, new becomings, new beingness emerging. Winter. You can exhale if you need to. Winter, the time of gestation. Before the rebirth that comes in spring. Take a tiny glimpse into the spring. See what's coming. The new you. Vaheguru. Blessed be. Satnam. Much love.